Welcome back, learners. In this session, we are going to discuss very unusual topic, and that is competing for tomorrow's market or competing for future. So what this topic is all about. In this lecture, we are going to learn how the senior management devotes its time towards making future strategies and why these strategies are important, how they impact the overall business of the company in future. So as you can see, there are some points and I have written one comparison. So what this competing for tomorrow's market is all about. When we talk about senior management, they have a role of formulating the strategies, and they are the visionaries and one who lays down the mission statements for the companies. When senior management is engaged in formulating these strategies and policies, it ought to be understood that they will have a future plan at least for next 10 years. So they are expected to answer some of the questions like, do they have a clean and shared understanding of future market for next 10 years, and have they shared these objectives to their employees who are going to perform this. As you can see, it talks about the progress benchmark, track records that the company is having, and also the fear of competitors, whether they exist or not, and are your companies willing or ambitious enough to beat their competitors. It also talks about companies' ability to shape up the future. So we will slowly move to the competitive advantage and the core competencies that these companies are creating for themselves. Now what these core competencies can be? It can be the present structure of their company and whatever activities they are undertaking, enhancing those skills and abilities, or being a far-sighted and laying down new stones and through innovations or new products for the future, so that their current position will be maintained in the future. So competing for tomorrow's market on the basis like, let us ask some questions. Senior management's point of view. What is the point of view of your senior management? Is it conventional and reactive, or it is distinctive and far-sightedness? Conventional and reactive means when the problems will come, they will go for the solutions, or when the market will change, then accordingly they will make the changes in their strategies or products and services. So this is quite conventional and reactive strategy, whereas it has to be distinctive and far-sightedness. Which issues your senior management focus on? What is the maximum time of your senior management engaged at? So is it re-engineering the core processes, or is it regenerating the core strategies? See, as we will move ahead, you will notice something there in this first column and second column. First column is talking about the conventional and traditional ways, whereas the next column talks about what should be the proactive approach of the companies through their strategies. So the next point is, who are you for your competitors? How competitors look at you as a company? Are you a rule follower or you are a rule maker? This also makes a lot of difference. So the rule making companies, you will find that they have their own bottom of the pyramid approach, and they have reached to the customers so well that their quality is also enhancing. They are creating a great goodwill, and also their products and services keep on regenerating and rebranding or remolding themselves enough to maintain the market position. Next is, what is your strengths? Company's strength, what it should be. Is it the operational efficiency or innovation and growth? Are your engineers engaged in maintenance services or making the operational efficiencies better and better, or they are also engaged in the innovation and growth? It may be through research and development project or creating something for future. So the approach they will have, more time they will devote on these, and time devoted on, let us say, innovation and growth will definitely give them some new products which will forever have the competitive edge. What sets your transformation agenda? Your company's agenda is set on competitors, or it is dependent on your farsightedness. So who are the visionaries for your company? Are they just watching out the competitors and struggling to stay in that competition and grow, or they are also the far-sighted people who are trying to create something new? Last, how you spend most of your time. So this is for senior management, that what their time is engaged in, or how can you look at them? Are they engineers or are they architects? So this is a module laid down by Hamel and Prahlad, C.K. Prahlad, who in 1974, since then they are doing this, and they laid down this model to just know what your senior management is engaged in and why it is so important. So they have applied a 40-30%, 40%, 30% and 20% rule. And there this rule says that 40% of the time of the senior management is engaged in looking outward. Out of this 40% of time, 30% of that 40% is engaged in peering into the next 2 years, 3 years, or maximum 5 years. So what will be our targets for next 3 years or so? So they are talking about the short-term targets. And out of this 30% again, 20% of the time is engaged on building corporate perspectives. So this was their general observation for the companies they had studied then, and they found out this. So overall, if you calculate 40% into 30% and into 20%, so it becomes 3% of the total time engaged by the senior management is on building the future strategies. And according to them, this has to be more and more as the time is changing and there is a dynamic situation. We are talking about VUCA world, there is complex situations, and business strategies have to be updated on a continuous basis, on frequently, because markets are changing so fast. What is changing these markets? Is it technology? Yes. Is it the globalization and the digitization of the services? Yes. It is the global market acting as a single market? Yes. And is it more and more competitors coming into the market? Definitely yes. So these are several reasons why we need to understand and why these managers. So we are all only talking about senior management because they are the ones who look after who are the decision makers for the company's future. So the 40, 30, 20% rule says that only 3% of the senior management's time is engaged in designing the future of the company. And they also found out that this is one of the reasons why big corporates failed, because their senior management or their strategic management department was not able to gauge the changes that are coming into the future. What these changes may be, or what we should ask to compare what is today and tomorrow's time is like. So let us ask one by one. Which customers you serve today? Which customer will you serve tomorrow? Will there be any difference? Definitely yes. The customer you are having today may be there tomorrow, unless only if you are continuing to serve their needs and wants, which will be definitely changing according to the time. And that's why we are comparing here today's and tomorrow's. So who are your competitors today? Who are your competitors tomorrow? What channels you reach? to your customers, through which channels you reach to your customers today, will those channels be applicable in tomorrow after 10 years? This you have to ask. That means this managers have to ask. Then what skills and capabilities make the company unique today? What skills and capabilities make the company unique tomorrow? So after 10 years, what will be your skills and capabilities? So this model is talking about thoughts of senior management after 10 years. What future? Where are your competitors today? Where are your competitors tomorrow? Will those be your competitors? Will you have the same competitors tomorrow? Will they increase? Will they decrease? Or will they be more intense? Or will you be sustaining or not in the future? These questions have to be answered by the senior management. And they are saying that if these questions about the future are not answered, or company senior managers have no answers for these questions, then the future of the company is itself in question. I hope you have understood this. So we have talked about competing for tomorrow's market. So who will decide how to compete, where to compete? It will be the senior management who will take those decisions. So what is important? The senior management focus, where they are focusing, how they are doing their moves. So their moves can be identified through their actions, and also the precautionary actions that they are taking. We can also take the help of these questions. So Dorothy Leeds in his book, The 7 Powers of Question, and also several other books where he stresses the importance of asking question, why asking question is important. Friends, the questions allow us to find answers. The question allow us to make changes. The question allows us to understand the situation and also be in fear enough to make your developmental moves. So this is all about competing for tomorrow's market. Sir Hamal and C.K. Prahlad have studied, and they had published one paper talking about the competing for tomorrow's market, and they are not having just one dimension. There are several dimensions I will be discussing in the next lecture. They are about growth strategies, they are about profit strategies. So let us discuss it further in the next lecture. Until and unless I bring you the next management lesson, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.